Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason?
And Kelly, or not Kelly,
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Erik,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make him do it.
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another Hap Gaming stream. I am joined by
Erik?
Kelly.
and Rick.
I fucked that up. It's 2.5 stars, guys.
I noticed that. I was like, something doesn't feel right about that intro.
Yeah, that didn't work. Anyways, it's 2.5 stars. This week we're talking about Uncle Buck, written and directed by John Hughes, starring John Candy, Macaulay Culkin, and Jean Louisa Kelly. IMDb synopsis: Bachelor and all-around slob, Buck babysits his brother's rebellious teenage daughter and her cute younger brother and sister. So what'd you guys think?
Fuck wrote that IMDb the slob?
I don't know. Like, honestly...
Those fucking people need to see real slobs. That's ridiculous.
I mean, he was
Seemed pretty
vacuuming
neat and tidy
fucking,
for a
like
bachelor.
fucking chip
Yeah,
crumbs
Slob
off
would
of
be
his.
cousin Eddie.
Yeah, he vacuumed it off. Okay?
Like, that
You
house
have
would have been
definitely-
destroyed.
Ricky has seen Steve and I both laying in a couch like that, eating chips, and then just standing up.
Letting the dog do his work.
Well, that's what dogs
Yeah,
are for.
I mean, that's exactly right. Dogs are for cleaning.
Yep.
You know? I mean, who the fuck wrote that? What a ridiculous. Oh, look at me. Oh, they're a slob. What kind of a neat freak asshole?
The mom in this movie wrote that because she
Oh,
seems
yeah.
super uptight and just very blah to me. Like, honestly, I was telling Ricky, I feel like if this movie was made a little more closer, you know, even in the 2000s, I don't think either she wouldn't be there or it would just be like, it would be like a single parent kind of thing or whatever. Because I feel like at this point it was still a little like taboo for single parents to be on TV kind of thing. You know, I'm sure that was on, but like for a movie like this, it didn't really matter. She just seemed very blah. Like there was really no character to her. It was just a method to get the parents out of the house.
Yeah, she didn't really serve a purpose in the movie at all.
Just her dad had to have a heart attack. That was it. And it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed, she seemed very meh to me.
Well, you want to know the truth? The sad truth is that there's been a ton of these women running around that are moms like that, and the dads too, where they're like, they go to work and then they don't pay any attention to their kids, and that's not good. Like
Yeah.
kids don't do good with that kind of activity. They need like supervision and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
And this lady here is even like judgmental of Buck, who was doing a better job by himself than she was with the husband.
Well, yeah, and then like she had to make it like a special day for her to spend time with her kids too, like because she talked about she was going to take the week off or some crap, and you know it would just be them, you know, and it was like, why do you have to make it a special day? It's like that should be how it is all the
Yeah.
time. Like, come on, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah, it's like, hey, like instead of like eating this fucking crappy ass fucking dinner that you cooked here at home, how about when I get off of
Cooked.
fucking exactly like how about when we get off from work, you know, we go out to a movie and dinner. There you go. There's a fucking fun family activity. Then your kids don't want to murder you in your sleep.
Or at least spend some
Well-
time together with everybody, you know.
You know, then your fucking youngest son doesn't start setting up fucking booby traps and start fucking killing home intruders.
And apparently
Yeah.
apparently just leaving the family completely and going to another one.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, wouldn't you if you're that kid? I mean, I'd have a second family too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you know, I mean, he is a problem child. I mean, you know, the parents do have to deal with hiding all the dead bodies. You know.
Ricky's like, and this is how serial killers are made,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably true, you know?
You know.
It's like, yep, I'm going to now murder a bunch of people
Yeah.
because my parents don't love me.
Exactly. You know.
Well, you know, so I love this movie when I was a kid. This only came on like once in a blue moon. I mean, it was like,
Yeah, I don't feel like it was on TV as often
This
as
is
some
the
of the other
first time
movies.
I've ever
Yeah.
seen this movie.
yeah, it's a good movie though. Like I really like it. I like the whole bit with the kid. Frankly, I identify with a guy like Buck because I don't let people. I mean, okay, I'm going to tell you guys the truth here. If I could get myself into a once a year gambling cheating scheme where I could make my entire year's money by
Oh,
cheating
God,
and
yeah.
gambling, I would definitely do that, and I would never work. I mean,
Same. I mean,
That
why?
would-
I mean,
that
like,
would-
I'm like, why bother
Yeah.
working past that point? It's like, I got my shit. I don't fucking need to work no more.
that's right. That's what I mean. I'm the same way as this guy. And
Yeah.
you know, if there's a clown that shows up drunk, I'm gonna tell him to fuck off.
And punch him in the face
know?
twice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd punch him in the face, but yeah, I probably would punch him in the face because that guy seems like an asshole. I mean, he looks to me like he could easily go mental.
He looks like to me like he probably already was a bit, you know. And I mean, honestly, I think he did him, Uncle Buck did him a good favor and gave him a bit of a reality check there
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
I just like that he popped back up like a fucking weeble.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
One thing I liked about this was that I didn't feel like, because usually these kinds of movies are like some huge transformation for the main character, and I don't feel like Buck really transformed. He didn't change into anything. He wasn't really different. What he did was he realized, I actually like kids, or at least these kids, and I think I don't think it was some huge like he changed the way he's gonna live his life. Maybe he'll go to work now instead of.
No, I think
trying to
maybe
cheat
he's
the thing, but-
less afraid of marriage. I think
Yeah.
at the end of it as well too.
I think
You
that
know.
helped him kind of realize, oh, I actually have a good thing going here, and maybe I should do something there. But I don't feel like he became a different person like some of these movies do, where
No,
it's
yeah.
like they have to have a complete
Where he's a
transformation by
huge
the end of the
Scrooge,
movie.
and then all of a sudden he likes Christmas.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
So-
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with that. I don't think he should change. Like, this whole thing where everybody needs to act the same is stupid.
Well, this is just
I mean,
that's just
the-
the way
the-
these movies were though
Yeah.
back then. Was there was this this character that was apparently the misfit, all this stuff, and he didn't seem like he was really that bad. I don't really see.
No.
I think the mom is just super uptight. So.
Well, I mean, I think honestly that all of us, aside from maybe Jason, live on what I would like to call the fringe of society, where we manage to get our bills paid and act like grown-ups for the most part, but we're right there on the edge, and most people look at us and go, that guy just ain't quite right, and
They'd be
I gotta
correct.
say, I love this trope of like 80s and 90s movie where they have the misfit guy who kind of pokes his nose into normal stuff. So much better than the other popular trope, which was super hardworking dad, and then the whining piece of shit kid with like every nice thing in the world, talking about how they don't spend any time with their dad.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate those movies so much. It's like there's one with Chevy Chase and Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and he's like a stepdad,
Man of the house.
man of the house. Yeah, and it's like the whole time I was like 9 years old, and I remember, I don't know, whenever the movie came out and it came out on VHS, we watched it, and I remember yelling at the TV, just bend that kid over and spank his ass. That kid's an asshole. I wouldn't get away with that. I mean, shit, if I would have done any of that shit, my dad would have just been like, open the door and been like, get the fuck out. You didn't make it home. Sorry, honey. I don't know where he went. He just got out of the truck. And she's like, well, you didn't get him? Nah, he didn't want to come. He's old enough to get out. He'll figure it out.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, that kid was a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, look at how good Macaulay Culkin is. He's like doing the dishes, answering the phone, interrogating people.
Well, and like Buck was actually instilling the kid with some kind of fucking thing, like telling him work for your shit. It was a way for Buck to not have to do the dishes, but it's still a good thing to teach the kid of, hey, fucking wash the dishes or do something, what is it? Just to instill some kind of work ethic in the kid.
Well, it was to
So-
earn his keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, kids should be doing that stuff. It doesn't
Yeah.
hurt them to wash dishes.
Yeah.
You know how many dishes I had to wash? 1 trillion dishes. And you
Trillion
know what?
dishes.
I'm fine. Oh no, my dad or my mom would use the, oh, your hands look dirty, you get to wash the dishes. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was not a big fan of that move at all,
Yeah.
because I hate the dishes. I hate them.
Am I
It was
gonna?
even worse.
Am I safe to
once-
assume that all of us didn't have a dishwasher when we were kids? We were the dishwasher,
Pretty much.
right?
Oh, I was just getting to that. So eventually we got a dishwasher, and I'm going to tell you right now, I hated it so much worse after the dishwasher, because then it was, well, you have to pre-wash the
Yeah,
dishes.
you got to clean them first.
And I'm like, what the fuck is the point of having the dishwasher if I'm literally sticking it there and using my hand to rub it off so it's 90% of the way? Why are we doing this? This is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Unfortunately,
can't-
dishwashers
ask-
don't fucking clean dishes. They just sanitize and degrease. I've never
Yeah.
come across a dishwasher that actually cleans dishes, unless like you're talking like those
Industrial. ones
yeah,
for the
huge ass
restaurants.
industrial ones you have in cafeterias and shit that fucking spray out water like 100 psi and fucking just scour the shit of the damn shit. But, you know.
I'm going to tell you one thing. If I ever get rich, I'm just going to buy an infinite amount. I'm just going to literally have a running order of dishes, and I'm just going to throw them away.
Why don't you just buy paper plates and shit like that then?
I'm talking about if I'm like Bill
paper
Gates
plates,
rich.
paper forks.
But you could
not paper
still
forks, but
buy,
plastic
like,
forks,
being Bill Gates rich doesn't stop you from just buying paper plates
Have you
and,
ever
and
broken a plate?
plastic forks
It's
and spoons
awesome.
and knives.
No,
Yes,
no,
I've
no.
broken
I'm
many
telling you
plates.
guys, if you break a plate on purpose and you're like, fuck you to the plate, like you're doing it, like Buck, right? He takes the plate
Yeah.
off the thing and he's like,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
your plate.
indestructible.
Boom. Oh, shit. Well, what are you going to do?
Or
I
can have a
mean,
shooting
you
range
know.
in his backyard for all his dirty dishes. He's just gonna launch them and fucking shoot it with a shotgun, blow them up.
Yeah.
I was at David's
I mean-
house one time and we went in there and grabbed all his mom's dishes and had a trash bag on the ground and just threw them into the trash bag, and most of them broke, and she got very pissed off at us. Really no reason for it. We just did it because we thought it'd be funny, and it was, until his nanny came out and yelled at us. Because it sucks getting yelled at by an Italian woman that you can't understand.
Yeah, an old Italian woman.
Because she'll hit you
She's
with stuff.
actually like legit Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Was
I
she
would
saying like, "Hey, I broke my plate, you little bastard"?
pretty fucking
More or
much.
less, yeah.
Pretty much,
Couldn't-
yeah.
Couldn't really
I wish
understand
I
what
would've
she
went
was
to his
saying.
house. Oh man.
Yeah, no, like she
I
would like
would've
speak
totally
like she would
fucking
go
his
full
mom.
on fucking like I think it's like Sicilian or whatever it was, and just full on just fucking start yelling at you and like she like pick up things and like hit you with them. It was all bad. It was all bad because you know fucking Steven was friends with Dave and I was friends with Chris and Robbie, and you know so we'd all get in trouble over there at times, and then next thing you know here comes their fucking grandma walking out and yelling at us pretty fucking hardcore, and
That's
it's like holy shit.
hilarious. Is Robbie the one that looks like the kid from the Goonies?
Yes.
Yes, and his kid
Yeah.
is literally his doppelganger, like literally like
Oh Jesus.
exact copy of him. Like there's absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind that is not Robbie's kid. Like honestly, I kind of doubt that Robbie's kid's mother might be his actual mother. Because,
Somehow it just budded from him.
yeah, exactly. like literally like no other DNA went into the making of that child other than his. Like he made a fucking clone is pretty much what he did.
Oh,
Well, that'd be cool.
I mean, it's not. I'm not even exaggerating. Like he literally made a clone of himself.
He's just like the cloning complete.
Like literally.
Kid just like pops out.
Yeah, I mean, like usually, like the kids, like yeah, they may like look like one of the parents, like really close, but they still have some of the features of the other parent. No, fucking Robbie's kid is just 100% him. It's just his mini me. He pretty much cloned himself.
That's really funny.
There's none of the mother involved in that child.
Oh jeez, that's funny. Yeah, so my uncle Oli was a lot like this guy.
I feel like your
And-
family, Eric, could have been a sitcom back in like the 80s or 90s. Back when violence
Oh,
was
for
still like
sure,
tolerated,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I don't know why they got away from it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I've
I'm just
seen a lot
saying,
of
you know,
people on Twitter that really could have benefited from their mom or dad just like
wailing
bending
on
them over and spanking their ass once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'd be like, "Oh, this is a dumb thing to say. I shouldn't say it."
Or do that.
You know, or like words hurt after I get spanked for saying them, and then maybe not say them.
Yeah.
But I maybe that's just me. Maybe that's like a barbaric way of looking at things or something. I don't know.
I don't know. All I'm saying
I'm
is
not a
that
doctor.
your childhood could have
do
made
play
it
one on TV,
to at least 6 seasons, Eric.
You know
seasons.
what? I would say this for sure. Anybody who's been legitimately spanked definitely has never said words or violence. 1,000,000%. Because you have that like mental picture in your mind of getting bent over and then your mom screaming at you, wailing on your ass, and you're like, you know what? Having somebody call me a shithead is definitely not as bad as that. Definitely not as bad. So, but like that's Uncle Buck. Like Uncle Buck's like yelling at the gal and the fake principal lady with the giant mole. I mean, he's just like
the fucking mole thing was great.
Yeah,
oh,
like go
man.
there. He's like go there and have it sliced off.
Yeah.
Didn't he throw her a nickel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Oh man.
And I mean, that's how those like. Can you imagine if you go in there and some principal gal? I mean, that some principal gal tells you that your kid's a silly heart and isn't taking her school career serious, and she's like 8 years old.
Yeah.
I mean,
ridiculous.
my mom would have had way more worse things to say than go get that thing shaved off your face. And the thing is, though, if I was being a shithead in school, my mom would back the teachers up. But I feel like at this point, I've heard a lot of stories, especially with the whole, pandemic thing, which is like, boy, these teachers need a lot more credit. I can't stand my kids. Have you guys seen that on the internet? It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Where the kids are just doing whatever that they do at school, which is being a fuckhead because they've never been hit.
We were
it's okay to hit,
but Eric, we were fuckheads in school too, and we were hit. So I don't know.
Okay,
but you were hilarious fuckheads.
We
There's
were hilarious
difference.
fuckheads. That is true.
There's a difference.
We were hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Had I not been hit, there would have been like
the building would have been burned down.
Yes, because the amount of things that filtered through my head of, well, I can't do that because I'll get hit. I can't do that because I'll get hit. I can't do that because I'll get hit. It all got down to the point where I was like, I can get away with that. They can't prove it was me.
Oh,
so,
man. We just got to the point where it's like
something
how
I would do, I can get away with it.
We just got down to the point where we're like, how far can I go? And if I get hit, maybe it'll just be a little bit. So we'll go with it.
We won't be too bad this time.
I don't know. Mine was I preferred getting hit. It was way better than fucking
sitting down and fucking lectured for fucking 5 hours and have them just repeat the same fucking thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Jesus
drunk lectures suck.
Great lecturer.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to tell you right now, drunk lectures might suck, but my dad's 3-hour lectures where he goes into detail about all of your character flaws, I think those might be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, they were detailed. One time he goes, I want you to write a book report about all your failings. And thank God he wasn't good on the follow-through on that stuff because there's no way I was doing that.
I don't write a book report for school. How do you think I'm going to do it here?
That's what I told him. I was like, when's the due date on this? He goes, tomorrow. And I said, that's not going to happen. You can spank me every day. I don't give a shit. And it got to the point with my mom where she would spank us and it didn't have any effect.
Yeah.
So then it was like, now we're going to just take shit away from you. And that always sucked, Mm-hmm. You'd have something good and they'd be like, we're going to take it away from you because you're not mine.
Secret stash of Oreos under your bed.
But see, the thing is that, so like for us, my mom and dad both worked all the time. Pretty much from, I think when we were maybe at the last, like at the end of my time in elementary school, right?
Yeah, because I was in elementary school when she started working.
Yeah, and so from that time until we were out of high school, or at least until I was out of high school. No, she stopped working right in the middle of that. That's right, because Dad passed. But until that point, our parents worked the whole time. So if they took something away, we would find it. There wasn't any way they could keep. We would just have to make sure we put it back.
Yeah.
So it was more of that. I don't think they ever did it when we were there, but unplugging the cable was a good one they did.
Yeah.
But they never did it when they weren't there. Like as far as I can remember. So, but that would have been the torture there if they would have taken the, because then I would have to go outside. Then I would have to go outside or something, and
then you would have to play with me, who was already outside.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that.
And Steven wasn't gonna do that.
So
he's like, my little brother's out there. I don't want to go out there.
Bad. So yeah, because they never took
my dad used to just like one time he came in. We were playing on the original Xbox. He came in, and he just took his axe and cut the fucking cord in half, right on the table. And it's fucking shot sparks out and half started the room on fire. And he's like, "Man, you guys need to get the fuck off that thing, god damn it. I told you to do this." And then we didn't have it. So those ones had that old school, like, you can buy them at the Radio Shack cords.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went and I bought 3 of them, and then he cut one, and then I actually learned how to fix them. So then he was cutting my old ones in half. So then finally he took the cord. Then he shows up, and we got another cord, and he's like, "What the? How many of these fucking things did you buy?" And I said, "I just bought one extra." "Well, give me that one then." So yeah, we did that. I mean, shit, at one point in time, we had our TV hidden inside of this, like, bookshelf thing. And they didn't know we had a TV.
Yeah.
Like, because we would put, like, we would make sure the windows were shut. And then we'd put, like, a towel down on the bottom of the door. And then we would hang a blanket over the top of that. And then we'd turn it on real low, and I'd watch the X-Files. And then in the summertime, we couldn't do that at all because it got to be like nuclear hot in there.
Yeah.
And finally, in the middle of watching a show, Robert gets up and he's like, "It's too fucking hot in here." And then he just starts opening it up. And then I'm like, I realized that I'm just drenched in sweat. We had no fan, nothing. So I don't like being hot. It sucks.
No, it does. It's the worst.
Yeah. So, do you guys think Bob, Buck's brother, was drilling Marcy?
Oh God, yeah. That's why she came over.
That's why she came over.
Yeah.
She wanted to see if what's her name was there, so she could.
Yeah.
Because
it was her fucking dad. So like, why the fuck would he want to go?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that he was, because that's the first person he offered up. He's just like, "Oh yeah, how about Marcy? She can watch. Maybe, honey, maybe you ought to just go." And then there's just open season.
Man.
Because that lady seemed like a real miserable bitch.
She did.
Just no fun.
Looked like she was smelling shit all the time. Ugh.
Very much so.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Ugh. I think that scarf was too tight around her neck. Or not scarf. I guess it's called a there's a certain name. You know what I mean. But yeah.
You know what Fred from fucking
Ascot?
Scooby-Doo?
It's called an ascot.
Yeah.
When you brought up Fred, I was like, "Oh, he wears an ascot."
I was like, "Is it a Fred from Scooby-Doo? Like, what's the same thing he wears?"
God damn it.
Yeah. I cringe every time I see that lady in anything. Ugh.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Her name is Elaine Bromka.
Elaine Bromka.
Bromka. So I was looking at IMDb, and because of all the shit we've watched and stuff, this is what we got for our top picks on this thing. We got Next Friday, not bad. Brewster's Millions, not bad. A movie
I like that
called Upshaws. I have no idea what that is. The next one, Frankenhooker. This is what search stuff fucking comes up with all this bullshit that we go to.
Frankenhooker?
Frankenhooker is the next one, and then after that, Hot Fuzz. So it's like, where the fuck did that come from?
Bomb, dude. I love
Yeah, it
that
is.
movie.
But I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, we got.
Frankenhooker, huh?
Which
Yeah.
is the worst of all the
Well, it's the
Fast
one
and
I
Furious.
dislike the most. I don't know. Other people.
Honestly,
like
I
it.
think it is the worst.
When you got a
one.
35-year-old guy playing a fucking 17-year-old, it's a little weird.
Exactly, like what the fuck?
Wait, what are you talking about? Fast and the Furious 3?
Yeah, Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
Oh.
Our next
it's
excursion.
It's a
is,
shit show,
Fast and Furious
fucking of a
movies.
thing there with a bunch of Japanese
Ugh.
people, fucking
Well, that's not the bad part. I'm telling you, the main
Drifting
actor,
in
the
fucking
main
parking lots.
character is the worst.
No, yeah, he's supposed to be in fucking a high school. It's like Dawson's Creek all over again. You get a bunch of like 30-year-olds try to act like they're in high school.
And
It just
Ricky
doesn't
still
work.
watched all of it. He knows every fucking word from it. So he just like walks around and goes doo 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 doo.
I don't think I've ever actually seen an episode of that before.
Honestly, I don't think I have either.
Ricky only knows it
Yeah.
from the fucking Family Guy references. I'm sure.
Pretty much.
Oh, really?
Pretty
It's in. So Seth MacFarlane watched it a lot.
Probably. No one Seth MacFarlane, yeah.
Ricky, have you read Ready Player One?
I have.
Okay, so you know how the James Halliday guy did all this stuff? If Seth MacFarlane ends up making a Easter egg hunt like that guy did,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be the man to help out. And then of course, you will have to watch all of the fucking Dawson's Creek episodes to know it, which will be hilarious.
God,
I mean,
you'll have
like,
to
I'll
watch
do what I
every
have
single-
to do to take over his empire.
You'd have to watch every
Yeah.
single thing that Seth MacFarlane fucking references in every.
I'm gonna have
TV
to listen
show.
to every
He
single
references so
fucking
much
song
stuff.
from fucking what's his fucking name? That singer that he always goes Conway Twitty.
Prince?
Conway Twitty,
I have
yeah.
to listen to every single song Conway Twitty's
That was
ever been
pretty
in.
early though. Did he really do a lot of stuff later on?
What, Conway Twitty?
No, I'm talking about Seth MacFarlane. Did he do a lot of Conway Twitty jokes later on?
No, he didn't.
I feel like it was
They
just
kind
like
of phased
in the
those
first
out a
few
bit because
seasons.
I think he realized even it was getting annoying even for him.
Ah,
Oh man.
It was like he would like cut to Conway Twitty for like 5 minutes of the fucking cartoon. You're like, dude, you're just being fucking lazy now.
I don't have enough to fill this episode. Put something on.
I mean, what's
Legit.
funny about that is like the only guy I could see possibly really being a James Halliday is like Elon Musk,
Yeah.
you know? So,
You have to fucking. I mean, he definitely has the way. He's got the speech pattern of fucking James Halliday. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah. And he actually makes stuff,
Yeah.
and he's a, so that there would be
Mhm.
like, you have to listen to
Well,
a lot of Joe Rogan episodes.
Guess
be
we're gonna have
halfway
to
there.
fuck. Hey, you know what? That shit's fucking hilarious. So fuck you.
You got to listen to it
What?
over and over though too.
The
so-
fucking the Rogan podcast are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I literally listen to one like almost every day.
Yeah, so say they're fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, they're
This
pretty
guy's
good.
fucking.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I
hilarious.
got the Elon Musk ones are great too because it's like he talked him into smoking weed.
Yeah, and then he almost
And-
got fucking Elon Musk almost got fucking kicked out of being the CEO of
Well, I
fucking
mean,
SpaceX
what a
and
stupid
Tesla.
thing to worry about. Like he's drinking, and then they're worried about him having some marijuana. Like what
Yep.
a stupid thing. The
Oh yeah, you
marijuana
can drink
that-
fucking
that's
all the
less than
alcohol
a
you
drink.
want on a podcast. The moment you
Yeah.
fucking puff that fucking devil's lettuce there, that's a no-no.
Yeah, that's just about the silliest.
It's just
thing.
fucking stupid as shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's
so
pretty
what? It's like you're gonna tell me fucking smoking pot so bad while you're sitting there fucking chugging your goddamn brandy. Like, go fuck yourself, bro.
Yeah, I mean, well, it doesn't make any sense because, like, if you get really, really shit faced, you're way worse off than if you just get super high.
Well, yeah, like if you drink too much, you'll die. If you smoke too much, you'll puke and just pass out and wake up a few hours with a headache.
Now, it would have been funny to see him eat a bunch of edibles and then have a freak out.
Oh god. He would have just sat there staring at the fucking wall, thinking he was fucking launching a spaceship.
Just starts yelling about Siri and smashing Joe's iPhone. Get this fucking thing out of here.
Mhm. Next thing you know, he starts talking about aliens and all that crap. You're like, fucking.
Oh
son of a bitch,
no,
I
he
fucking
doesn't
knew it.
believe in aliens. I can't wait till they pop him out of the woodwork, and he's gonna be like, "Well, that's interesting. I thought I would have known."
Well, look, dude.
It's
Like
'cause he
the
is
only
an
reason why
alien.
he's saying he doesn't believe in aliens is so that people quit asking him about the aliens because he knows the aliens. Like
Well, it's because that's where he came from.
exactly, like
Yeah.
that's like his people there, and it's Elon Musk species are actually at war with Mark Zuckerberg's species.
Of sentient robots.
Yes, because so you see those robots are always trying to
Sentient
censor
foil.
shit, while Elon Musk is just trying to just blow shit up and fucking do what the fuck he wants. You know what I mean? But yet these fucking Zuckerbots there are fucking out there censoring his people. And it's
Yeah,
they're
makes
pretty pissed
sense.
off about it. This is why Elon Musk hates Facebook.
I really wish the mom and Uncle Buck's name was Karen.
Would have worked.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, because that's literally the quintessential Karen right there. Doesn't really do any, like, doesn't take care of her kids that well. But my God, Buck is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm even gonna go so far as to fold him out of the picture.
Yeah.
And he's just a goofy character.
I know.
I
What
mean,
shit move?
yeah. I mean, I know what that's like. My mom liked my Uncle Oli a lot, but we have another relative that it wasn't my dad either that really didn't care for Uncle Oli's antics, and the children of that person really didn't care for his antics. Meanwhile, my brothers and I found him delightful. Because he's the guy, hey, it's dinner time and I have to feed you. I'm going to feed you guys hot dogs and fucking powdered donuts and chocolate, like those little tiny Hostess donuts.
Yeah.
He bought us each our own giant pack of Hostess fucking donuts and said, don't tell your mom or your dad. This is what we're having for dinner. And we all gave each other high fives because we each got a pack of powdered and chocolate donuts. We didn't have to fight over them. We were all like, of course, we were pretty jacked up on sugar and it was hard to try and go to sleep, but man, it was worth it. It was awesome.
I mean, like you really wanted to go to sleep anyways. You're up fucking playing your hidden Xbox.
No, that was at my grandparents' house and there was no hidden Xbox there, but we did stay up and watch some movie that we weren't allowed to see, which is pretty bad because my parents let us watch Predator when I was like 5. So I can't remember what I had. A lot of boobs.
Man, Predator ain't that bad.
Well, I mean, we all know people who'd be like, "Oh my God, it's gonna scar my kid." Oh God. Okay, so we've seen every rated R movie just about. There, what the hell was the movie? It was like a '90s movie or
Pulp
80s
Fiction?
movie. It had a ton of it had a ton of boobs in it. I mean, it was just like a monster. It was pretty awkward actually because there's my uncle, my brothers, and myself, and we're watching it, and he turns and looks at it and goes, "I guess you boys better cover your eyes." Then he goes, "That's at your own discretion." We were like, "We're not covering shit." Holy smokes!
Oh man.
Oh, what
Didn't
the
hurt
fuck?
us.
Are you
I
sure,
mean-
Eric? Are you sure?
I mean, Robert. Look at Robert and Dan.
Exactly my point.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah we're sure.
I mean,
I'd be
all
more
the
worried about
Andersons are a
what-
little fucking, got a couple fucking screws missing. Those screws aren't loose anymore. They fell out.
I don't really think the TV shows that are affecting that. I think that's just DNA. Because I know for a fact my uncle, who acts much the same as we did, and my dad, the same thing. There wasn't any of that stuff in the mid '60s.
No,
That
no.
was all like Leave It to Beaver, shit, where it's like, stupid stuff.
Fuck, Leave It to Beaver. That
I
was
think
a stupid ass show.
I think the most hardcore show they had was like Gunsmoke or something.
Yeah.
And I've never seen an episode, so I have no idea what they had on there. So who knows? But it is what it is. It's just how we are. But this guy here, he's like, he did a good job. I think he wasn't just like, yeah, why don't you just come home whenever you want, get a ride from some creepy fucking dude.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Yeah,
a
my
great-
dad was always just like, be home fucking when the streetlights turn on. Like, if,
for sure,
if I look outside, the streetlights are on, I'd be able to walk out in the street and see you walking. Like that was his rule. You know, and even then, like if I came home a little after that, it was like whatever. You didn't really give two shits.
Passed out anyways.
Yeah, where my fucking mom was like, I want you coming back every 20 minutes and checking in with me. I'm like, Mom, I'm walking up to the school. I'm not gonna walk up to the school, take 10 minutes, and then turn right around and walk right back. Like, no, fuck you. Like, she's like, okay, well, I come back in an hour then. And she get pissed off, and I was late, and I'm like, you know what? I'll be back when the streetlights turn on. I'm gonna use Dad's rule.
Yeah, I definitely had the older brother thing with that, and it was just do whatever the fuck you're gonna do. We'd leave and not come back the whole day, and it'd be whatever.
Yeah, see, we were allowed to play outside, but we were not allowed to just go to like leave.
Yeah.
My mom knew about perverts and stuff, and she's like, "You guys don't need to just be leaving." But we weren't allowed in the house. We were just allowed on the property. So we spent virtually all the hours of every day, and like in the summertime, we slept outside, you know, because I'd have like a little tent, and then we'd sleep outside, and so we spent a lot of hours outside.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Like, we had a good time. I don't know why. It's too bad kids can't, don't do that more often. And
well, if they do it nowadays, the kid's gonna wake up to a fucking crackhead in their tent with them. You know.
Oh, geez,
depending on where you live, I mean,
the homeless stuff.
Ask it if they're gonna use that teddy bear while he wipes his ass with it.
Could you imagine we had dogs, so I could just imagine the homeless guy'd think that was really fun. Because, here's the thing. You get older than 10-year-old me and Robert, that guy's fucked. I don't give a shit, because, like, we had swords and shit, and a dog. I'd be like, Dan, go let the dog loose. And then we'd be digging a hole. And then Robert would knowing Robert, he'd be putting signs out in the town. Hey, free housing at this address. And we're gonna get more people in there. And then
try to sell the house.
Like, all of a sudden we look like the fucking crazy family on the Burbs, just digging holes in the middle of the night.
Oh man. Yeah.
Dad, we had the third bum show up. Can you get rid of this one out in the woods? Okay.
Damn it,
Shouldn't
boys!
do that,
I didn't want to fucking refill the damn freaking, fucking backhoe with the damn fucking diesel again. You know how expensive that shit is?
Well, I don't understand why the fuck it's okay for him to be on your place, but like the cops don't do anything about it.
Well, no, of course not. They're not making money off of that.
I kind of want to do an undercover sting where we get a bunch of cameras and we dress up as bums, and then we find out like cops' addresses and then go on their place and then see how it's handled. And then when they tell you that you can't do anything, you can be like, huh, that's really weird, because when we were at your house, you beat the shit out of us and threw us in the drunk tank. So beat the shit out of that guy and throw him in the fucking drunk tank. That's what I want here. I want some equality. I want you to treat that guy shitty as you treated me. God,
you see, I don't care if people treat each other with fucking kindness and respect. I just want everyone to treat each other with the same level of just animosity and violence that you would treat anyone else with. All right,
that's how you get a civil society, Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, like, fuck being nice. We all know fucking being nice gets you nowhere. It's like, I just want like equal hate. You know what I mean? Like
equal hate.
Equal hate, and give hate where hate is deserved. Like, because some people do deserve to be hated a little bit more than others. It's like,
that goes away from your equal hate thing, Ricky.
But I'm talking about like politicians, Steven. They deserve a little more hate.
But if you hate them more, then you had to hate everybody else more. So you just have to raise your hate level.
Really,
then that's what I'll do.
If you want to,
that's what I'll do. While I'm hating on a politician, I will hate everyone else just a little bit more, so that way it becomes equal.
There you go.
I mean, to be fair.
To be fair.
If you want to make a case that a group of people is subhuman, politicians are pretty easy to make that case.
That's what I'm saying.
You got lack of morals,
no empathy,
all the other things they
no
do.
brains, no common sense.
Yeah, I mean, never actually having done anything to help society out, lack of jobs being held. Somehow, like my favorite is when their wages are publicly known, right? But somehow they've accrued hundreds of millions of dollars, but everybody knows they're only getting paid like $250,000 a year, but they have hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're like, wait a second. How did you do that?
Well, that's the
That
whole
seems
thing
like
that they
you
came
might
up
be
there
up
with the
to some
Panama Papers that the dude got
shenanigans.
fucking killed for.
Yeah.
You know, nothing ever came of it. They threw that shit out the fucking window.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like Uncle Buck could definitely be like, you know what? We're gonna get rid of this guy.
Let's put him in the trunk.
I gotta ask you guys this question. So let's say your daughter is screwing around with this bug character, right? And you're gonna be the psycho dad who goes to the party and is like, "That's it, I'm gonna fuck this guy over," right? When you find the guy in there with the other chick, what do you guys do? Are you guys gonna abduct a minor and throw him in your fucking thing so you can whack golf ball? By the way, excellent. That guy should have been in the fucking PGA because holy shit, he drilled
Yeah.
that kid with a fucking golf ball.
Right?
I'm gonna say he hit him with the second one too.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like at least because so we have knowledge that Buck doesn't have, and it didn't seem like the girl was all in on it. In there, you know, but I would say at least I would just call the cops on the party, just fucking break it up, be that dickhead who breaks the whole fucking thing up, you know, underage drinking and all that shit. Because at that point, the cops are coming and busting that thing up. I don't think I'm gonna abduct the guy because I'm definitely not going to fucking jail
see,
for
I
that
can't
shit.
answer that question as my lawyer has told me not to incriminate myself.
well, see, I watched it and like the feeling that I get from Bug is that he's like half a rapist.
Yeah.
Because the girl was like, no. And I think what happened was the daughter said no. And he's like, no means yes in the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm drilling you. And I think he Cosby'd her ass without the drugs. And if I knew that some shithead did that to my daughter, there wouldn't be any golf ball shit unless I was shoving him up his ass. I'd probably just be burying his ass out in the woods because why let him go?
No, he's just gonna keep doing it, especially if
cops aren't gonna
especially if
do
he's
anything about
if
it.
he's rich. If he's rich, nothing's
Yeah.
gonna happen to him anyways.
He's just gonna get away with it and continue on doing it, and you can't have that activity. So you just dig a hole and be like, "Sayonara, bud."
Because then he's gonna grow up and be a politician and go on some dude's boat and you know all this other stuff. You know, just stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go to an island where there's dubious things happening.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when a certain software billionaire is like, hey, I've got a plan to depopulate the world, he's going to be like, I'm all in because you guys have incriminating photos of me because I'm a piece of shit. And see, Uncle Buck might have even squared Bug up because now he's like, fuck, I've got permanent brain damage because that guy drilled me in the fucking head with a golf ball.
I mean, have any of you ever
Holy
been
shit.
hit by a golf ball before? That shit fucking hurts.
Yes.
It fucking
Yes,
hurts.
I have.
Does not fucking feel good at all.
Yeah, my brother made a potato gun and then fucking hit me in the head with a golf ball that he shot out of it. And
That seems pretty bad, yeah.
That's the second time I've ever actually seen stars.
I got wanged by some dude fucking hitting one on the fucking driving range when I was a kid. Just fucking drove it right fucking through the driving range, past the driving range, over the net, and off into the actual fucking... It was a fucking 8-hole course or some shit, and fucking winged me right upside the fucking dome. I dropped. Like, the next thing, all I remember is, like, hearing, like, this whistling noise, this extreme pain on the side of my head, then opening my eyes up while I'm on the ground with my head throbbing.
That shit knocked you out, dude.
Yeah! Like, dude, like, that fucking shit fucking hurt. Like,
I think
fat
we're hearing
fucking
Ricky's
knot on the side of my
Roseanne
head.
story, where he's like normal guy, head injury, Ricky.
So what
let's
you're
keep
saying
Ricky
is
away
that
from
is that
Ambien.
is that I need to go out to another golf course and get fucking drilled ahead. I'm drilled in the head
I mean,
again,
South Park logic would say yes.
and it'll bring me back to normal.
Yeah, I think real life logic could just be you'd get more, spontaneous and all that stuff.
I mean, honestly, I think
So-
that's. I mean, you're not saying anything bad here. I'm thinking we may
Well-
need to go to the driving range here, people.
Ricky's just like, hell, I'll do anything now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think people's. But you can tell what kind of things politicians get up to because the penalties for rape, a lot of times, is less than like drug offenses.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a second, how the hell's doing drugs worse than this? I mean, even selling drugs. I think selling drugs to kids is better than raping them. I mean, I know that's like
It's still bad, but it's
still
on that
bad, but
scale.
still, it's like, you could ask an adult like, hey, would I, I can either like punch you in the face really hard or rape you. They're all going to be like, punch me in the face right now.
You know what's cool
That's
about this
it.
podcast is it's a comedy podcast, and this is not funny. So let's find something else. Let's see. Fuck. I don't know.
Oh,
I can do it.
When Marcy
Large
comes
pancakes.
with what was it? Oh, Large Pancakes was amazing. Large Pancakes was amazing. That guy would be
yeah.
my best friend. If I came downstairs and saw that, I'd be like, I want you as my dad now, Buck. Could I just live with you now? That was
The
fucking
butter
amazing.
always cracks me up because
Yeah.
it's like it looks like it's like one solid one piece, and that's not how butter comes. So
Yeah.
he melted it and put it in something, and then formed it, and then dumped it out.
well,
He put some work in. He put some work in.
crafty work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see how good he did? The pancakes are like that big or really hard to make. He
Yeah.
nailed it.
No, that was amazing, dude. I was like, fuck yeah. I want that. That'd be yeah. If that's gonna be my last meal. That's what I want. I want giant fucking pancakes. I can just, eat and kill myself on those.
It's like diabetic coma.
Yeah.
I thought it was diabetes.
Amazing.
Holy shit.
I really liked when is it Marcy? Is that her name? When
The
she
neighbor?
when she first comes in and he's in there trying to get the fucking washing machine to work.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious to me. I was just like, and then he can't get it to work the whole time, so he's just fucking like microwaving the clothes and like putting them on the ceiling fans and shit, and just I don't know. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. I guess it's winter, so I don't know. He probably would have been better
Well,
off hanging him outside
It's an
still, but
upgrade from what John Candy was doing in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
yeah,
Just drip drying them in the bathroom.
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, what does he do at home? Like, does he just have a different washing machine he knows how to use, or does he just never clean his shit?
It's probably I don't know.
know.
Like, how can it be that difficult? Where like it's a different brand and like this one just works different. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays, I could kind of understand somebody not knowing how to use a washing machine or a dryer if they've got some fancy fucking washing machine and stuff. Because some of that stuff is like, holy fuck, this is like full on. This has more RAM than my fucking computer does. Back then, though, I don't feel like they were that fancy. It was just a lot of turn a knob and hit the button, right? So
Well,
it'll eventually
I
turn
like-
on. If you just turn that knob until it turns on, it's going to turn on. You're good.
So he might have been in a situation. I don't know exactly where their mother lived, but my uncle, when I was a kid, my uncle had big giant trash bags of clothes, and he had like 4 trash bags worth of clothes. So he would wear his clothes, then throw them in the trash bag, and then eventually he'd take them down to my grandma's, and she would do all of his laundry.
Yeah.
So maybe Buck has somebody doing his laundry.
I mean, maybe Shanice does it for him. That would be the only thing I could see. Because, like, I feel like if their parents were alive or around, they would have
Yeah.
just taken the kids to them, or had the kids go there. But I feel like the parents aren't around or aren't alive or whatever. They're not close by, something
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
So I
Could
don't.
have also been in a situation where the woman ran the husband's parents off with her
shittiness.
activities.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that does happen.
Well, especially if she, if those parents are more like Buck than they are like Bob or whatever his name was.
Mhm.
So they're just like fucking
Oh yeah,
hillbillies living
like
on
super
the fucking
hillbillies.
Yeah.
She's out there with like a what the hell do you call that thing? One of those like by hand deals to scrub the clothes.
Oh, fucking washboard.
Yeah, that's it. Holy shit! Could you bet? Well, I don't know. Like, I think he probably just pays somebody to do it. I mean, is that a lot of money?
It's. I feel like I don't know if he has that kind of money. If he's relying on a once a year thing to get him through the rest of the year for his stuff.
Well, see what
Right.
we don't.
And
know
he's living
is
in not a
what
great
his
apartment
bankroll-
complex because he used the clapper and all the electricity is hooked up to one fucking switch. So
Yeah.
Oh, see, I took it as he used the clapper, and everybody else in that area also had the clapper.
that could be too.
So he clapped, and then it like
Yeah.
triggered because they probably had anyway. So it triggered.
Yeah, I guess that
everybody's
would be
clapper.
okay. I can go with that a little bit better
Yeah.
than because I'm like, is there only one light switch for this whole fucking complex? But that makes more sense to me. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? You
Yeah.
got like the owner of the building's like, "All right, it's night time, guys." Click.
They just live in fucking
You know?
dorms.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yes, the
I mean,
equivalent of throwing
anyway,
a fucking towel over a bird cage to make them think it's nighttime.
Oh, that fucking closet when he pulls the stuff out and then the fucking bowling ball falls on his head. My the closet next to the door at the front door is definitely like that right now.
Yeah.
I need to clean it out hardcore because it is. You grab one thing and everything tumbles out of it. It's fucking bad.
Yeah,
Bad.
we have a storage like that,
Yeah.
so I know what that's like. If we had a closet in here, it would be like that.
Is it full of doll heads?
Yes,
I figured it would
and
be.
and bowling balls. Who the
Yeah.
fuck puts a bowling ball way up there?
I don't know.
I mean,
Someone
you know.
whose intention is to cause mayhem and injury.
That's his security system. He has his valuables in there, so if somebody grabs something from underneath it,
Uh-huh.
he kills the person with the bowling
Yep.
ball.
Yeah.
He just forgot about it and
He-
hit himself, but he's got such a hard head, it didn't do anything to him.
Exactly. That's
It's like Eric, if
Yeah,
if a
exactly,
bowling ball
yeah.
dropped on Eric's head, it would just crack the bowling ball in half, and he'd be like, "What the fuck was
Mhm.
that?
Yeah, that's
Pillow
probably true.
falling?"
I'd be like, ow, you fucking, oh, my bowling ball's broken. Damn it. Now I gotta buy another one of these fucking things. You she see me at the bowling ball place? No, wait, the bowling alley
Yep.
Bowling ball place.
with like a gorilla taped bowling ball.
Oh man.
I could see
And they're
that.
just like, that's not regulation. Well, it broke. What am I gonna do?
Oh fuck.
Dude, let me get some super glue
Oh.
in that bitch.
Jesus, that dude there, that skeevy ass dude. at the
Oh
bowling
fuck
alley.
that guy. That guy, he would have been laid out. I don't know. That was fucking bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. That guy was fucking gross and creepy and just nasty.
Yeah. Well,
He'd obviously been
I mean-
beaten up many times before because he still had the signs of it. So
he's
Black
got
eye.
balls.
yeah.
I mean, you got to give him that. He's
Oh
doing
yeah,
it
he's got
somewhere.
balls but no brains.
Well, and he saw Buck
Yeah.
walk
And not
away
just
from her
bowling
too.
balls?
Yeah. Well, he saw Buck walk away from her too, so he's like, he already knows this big fucking huge dude is there, like with this
Uh-huh.
girl. It's like, come on, man, really? So
I mean, and it wasn't like she was wearing stuff where you could make the wrong judgment that she's like a 20-year-old.
yeah,
You know, she looks like a high schooler. So
He's a
that's
fucking
pretty
creepo.
bad. He's a real piece of shit, that guy.
yeah.
And then you got the oh my god, that fucking car.
Yeah.
You know, the Trailer Park Boys were like, how could we make a car that's worse than that?
Oh man, yeah.
I want to say, Steve, when he was sitting inside of it and she shut the door and you could see the door, I was like, that looks like Steve's car
Yeah, yeah.
from high school.
It's definitely be a car I would drive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for sure.
Smoked about the same amount.
if you knew how to mechanic a little bit, man, you'd probably still have that car.
Yeah, it's very possible.
I mean, all you got to do is keep the engine running and the transmission, and then you're good to go.
If I knew I had a mechanic, I would have a lot. I would have a lot of cars from my past still around, probably.
You just keep buying them anyways. You're just like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a new car, even though this old one still works.
I mean, that's what mechanics do, man. They always
I
have
feel
like
they do.
they don't really buy them though. They just acquire them. They end up having a bunch of different cars because they get left
That's
at their
true.
place or whatever, and they just have them. So
Well, it's like a classic Uncle Ole story, right? So he goes and looks at my great Uncle Buzz's car. He's got this car that he had for it's like 10,000 miles, right? And the car just stopped. The engine burned up. I'm using fake quotation marks. So my uncle goes over and looks at the car, and he goes, "I'll tell you what. I'll give you $400 for it, or some. I don't know. It was like crazy low. It was basically a year-old car at this point. Anyway, so my uncle's like, "Well, the engine's blown up. All right, I'll take the money." So he gets the money. My uncle takes out his pocket knife, cuts off the smog belt, starts the car, and drives it away. And my great uncle never forgave him for that. And my uncle Ole said, well, he should have looked at it. I mean, you could tell like which belt was, what happened.
Well, it's seized up.
I was like, that's still kind of a shitty thing to do to a relative. And he's like, if you don't think he'd do it to you, you don't know that guy. And I was like, I don't know, but still, like, I'd probably be kind of mad if Robert did that to me.
yeah,
But at the same time, I'd be like, man, why didn't I look at that? Damn it. Shit, you can, like, you would be surprised how often you can call up a mechanic and just ask him questions about the car if you know any of the parts of the car, and they'll just tell you, like, what they think is wrong with it.
yeah.
As long as you're not like, yeah, that deal by the other deal, you can't do that. But
That
it's
dealio, they're about the deal that does that
Yeah.
thing and it makes that noise,
you're
but
like,
it's making
I'm trying
this
to
different
start
noise.
it, and it won't start. It's not burning any oil because you could tell it has water in it. Why would that even be? And the guy'd be like, "Oh yeah, well, that's a common thing. It's a smog pump." It's like when you Google like your problem, and then the first it's generally within the first 3 things,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, that's," especially if you're smart enough to like search for recent,
All right.
because like sometimes they do updates and then it just fucks things up.
Yeah.
And then you can find it like first thing if you just change the date.
That's computer
So-
problems, man.
Or car problems, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Like, how mad would you be, Steve, if Ricky did that to you?
With my cars?
Yeah,
Or are you
with
talking
the
about
car.
just like
where you're gonna sell him this car that you think is broken, and you sell it to him for really cheap, and then he does like something as simple as cutting a belt off and drives the car away.
Well, I wonder how mad he would be when he has to live in that car then.
Right.
That's how mad I would be.
Here's like, get your shit and get the fuck out of
You're
here.
living in that car now, aren't
Ricky's
you?
How pissed off would you? Yeah, then Ricky's like, I already moved out. All my shit's in the car. Oh shit.
You just had one bag.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
One bag. The cat's in there too.
Yeah.
You hear just meowing.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Wait, is that your cat, Ricky?
she doesn't like me. She was supposed to be mine and my daughter's, but she doesn't like me. She doesn't like her. So it's my mom's and Ricky's.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much mine.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right. What rating did you guys give this?
I gave this movie 4.5 stars. Kelly says, "Hold on, you guys talk amongst yourselves."
I gave it 2 stars.
I gave it 4 stars.
All right. And I gave it 3.5 stars. Next week's movie is Ricky's Choice. What are you going to choose?
Well, see, we don't have any of the Trimmers series there. We're gonna choose the Army of the Dead. The Snyder cut there. I think it's on, what is it, Netflix?
Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
All righty.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix, but
Yeah, it is.
not 100%.
Is that with
Okay.
Dave Bautista?
That's
Dave
with
Bautista, yes.
Drax.
Yes, it's with
Yeah.
Drax. He stands still for 90 minutes and the zombies run right by him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Can't see him.
Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Put that up and that. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/TurkiterPlays, and youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. Follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. Follow me on Twitter at Turkadur. Follow Eric.
On Twitter at Quick and Severe.
Follow Kelly.
On TikTok at mama.muffins and Instagram at muffins08.
You can follow Ricky.
On Emmerger at Lucian2.
And you can follow Jason on Twitter at Unbelievable1. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at HAPgaming.com. Each one of those names individually at HAPgaming.com. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/TurkaterPlays. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys next week as we play some games, as well as next Sunday as we talk about Army of the Dead. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye!